At Builder's First Source, we're harnessing the power of innovation to transform the future of home building. With 14 facilities across Montana, Builder's First Source is your one-stop shop for building materials. From lumber and windows to trusses and siding, whether you're building single-family homes or multi-family units, we've got you covered. Visit BLDR.com to learn more. Builder's First Source, building Montana's future, one home at a time.
Bippity boppity, let's talk about some hockey.
Absolutely.
So we're going to cover the Sabres games first?
Yes, I think so. But I wanted to say I think the Bighorns have this new thing where they want every single game to give their fans a heart attack.
It was a stressful couple of weekends.
It has been super stressful, and I don't know if I like it. But then again, we pull out and win, so that's always a good thing. But they don't really play until like the very end of the second, and that I can't handle it.
Or the last 17 seconds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I don't know.
Thank heavens for Finn. That's all I have to say.
Right. He's a good goal scorer.
He's a great scorer.
He is. So I think that as of recent, I don't know what the change is from before Christmas break to after Christmas break, but something is, I don't know. I think they're just want us to be all on the edge of our seats.
They all got fat and happy, and now we have to watch hockey and try not to
freak out.
Yeah.
It hasn't been working.
Well, 2 overtimes in 2 weekends is pretty crazy.
It is. Yeah, it is. And we've had numerous first periods with no goals. And
yeah, I think that's probably the worst. Although we are still getting like that first shot on goal in the first like 30 to 90 seconds is usually belongs to us, which is typical Bighorns behavior. But then we don't follow it up with the goal at some point.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, I like that we get the shots, but where's the goals? I mean, I get it. Okay, these teams, they can have really good goalies, but on the other hand, like you don't hear about them. Like Ryder, granted, he gets talked about all the time for good reason.
Yeah, he's like top goalie.
Yeah, and so
in a lot of the like how they divide up the stats and stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's definitely in the top. But other than him, I can't really. I mean, I can name them, but not just because we play against them. But other than that, if we didn't play against them, I wouldn't know their names because they're not that great.
Sick burn.
But are they?
No, you're right.
Like, who's the Sabres goalies? Like
DeVincent and
no.
That's Bozeman. That was Bozeman last night. I don't know.
Exactly.
They're unremarkable.
You say Great Falls.
Unremarkable and forgettable. That's who their goalies are.
That's my thing. But you say Great Falls, everybody's like, oh, Ryder. Like,
yeah.
Everybody knows.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'm tracking with you now.
Yeah. So I don't understand why we can't make any of our shots go in.
So,
although I'm saying that by sitting here and not actually ever playing hockey, but you know.
Well, we get to be hypocrites in that way.
Yes, true.
Because we can do commentary without actually like playing hockey.
I sure hope so, because we do. That's what we do. We're professional.
We're professionals now. Speaking of which, hi guys.
This is what we do now.
You can see us now. So we're starting a new format of the podcast. Is it okay if I actually look in the camera? Okay.
I stare at the light.
Yeah.
It's not the camera.
That's the camera.
Okay.
So you guys can see our faces now. So this is a new setup. We are going to make this a video podcast now, or at least we're going to try it out. This is a trial period. We're going to try 3 or 4 episodes like this, and we're going to do bi-weekly.
We'll still cover all the games.
So yeah, we'll still cover all the games, and we're going to go. In the beginning of the year, we had talked about doing bi-weekly, tried it, had a hard time kind of keeping up with like remembering what was happening. But I think with this format, because the editing won't be on our plate, we get to do a lot of the pre-work, the research ahead of time. So it'll be easier for us to like process all the information and run the podcast, because we've got a whole team now to help us do this. So we'll be on Spotify, and we're going to be on the CTV YouTube channel, and then Social Flicks is our camera guy. Thanks, Brad. And he'll be putting us on his social media, probably clips and stuff on his social media. So
Yeah.
those are all the places you can find us. And with our new unofficial setup, we have sponsors.
Oh my! I know. What's
to pay for all of this because this kind of stuff costs money. So our sponsor today is Builder's First Source. So thanks guys for being our first sponsor and going out on a limb to help us out, to help us do this. This is super amazing. Really scary and nerve-wracking. I'm like shaking like a leaf right now.
I know. So ignore us for the first half of this because we're just getting used to what is going on here. Normally, we record either in the back of her car or
in your bedroom with the door shut to like keep the kids out.
Yeah.
Sitting on the bed in the dark.
In pajamas.
But now I put on makeup for
I know.
you
I
people.
actually had to like do something with my hair. I don't normally do anything with my hair. I wear makeup, but hair is not my thing. So I actually did this.
You look amazing.
Well, thank you. So you.
Thanks.
So we have two giant bright lights shining directly at us.
You look a little scared. You look like a deer in the headlights.
Well, the lights kind of remind me of headlights, actually.
You can stop staring at them, though.
I can't. They're right there, and every time I blink.
Just look at me, and look at the people.
Okay, people.
The people.
So there's 3 cameras and 2 giant lights, and we have these microphones in front of us, and there's far too many rules. I can't remember them all. We're not supposed to swivel. Don't hit it.
Or tap the
and
table.
Don't touch this.
And don't sniff into the mic.
Don't. It's too much. It's too much. And and having people stare at us while we do this is intimidating.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
We are this awkward in real life. So if you come up and say hi to us at a game, now that you've seen our faces, we will be awkward. Just forewarning.
Absolutely. And with the podcast, it was always nice to just keep it anonymous. We were always super careful not to bring up our names or anything like that just because it was something fun we wanted to do. Well, this kind of takes away the anonymity. Yeah, that word. But that's okay.
Yeah.
We love the Bighorns. We love our fans. And hopefully you guys kind of like us, maybe. But this is our face. And yes, like I said, I do have rubber face. I make horrible.
Stop apologizing for being amazing.
Well, my face needs redemption, and I am very animated. So
you are. It's great. I love it.
You're about to see that.
We have really good energy together. I think you guys could probably get that over the airwaves, but we have a particularly good energy together, and
we do
it gets a little wild. And a final shout out announcement. Thank you to Speakeasy 41 for the glasses. If you guys haven't been down there yet, amazing home brews. Well, he was a home brewer, but now he's making them in big batches for all the folks.
Very cool place.
Really, really good.
Although it took me forever to figure out how to get into the building because the door is a bookshelf.
It's a speakeasy. You're not supposed to know.
I know, but
it just looks like a breezeway with the
library.
Little library, the ones they put in the little birdhouses.
Yeah, there's nothing that makes you think that they're actually
you
doors.
just walk in and you see a bookcase and then you just walk out the other side. But no, the bookcase actually opens.
Which I did.
The bookcase and open
I walked in and then I walked out thinking I had the wrong.
I know, and it's great because when I was working there, I could see it's a window behind the book, so I can see the people that can't figure it out. And you see people standing there like looking.
I was
looking, and they're
like
person. Looking at the books, and they'll take one off the shelf. It's real books. Yeah. It's a real bookshelf.
Oh yeah, that's
and
why you don't think it's a door.
And then they put it back, and then they leave. And I'm like, no, come in, have a drink. Come on. Yeah.
So just a warning: if you do go in there, just
open
know
the
book. Yeah.
It's a speakeasy. Yeah. So Speakeasy 41. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. It's awesome. Thanks.
This is weird. We have like sponsor shout outs.
I know. It is super weird. But just saying that, if you would like to be a sponsor, we're always looking for some, and we can wear your gear. We can use whatever.
Toast your glasses.
Yeah, we can toast. We can do anything that you would like us to. Well, within reason. We can do things.
We'll write up a contract. No, I'm kidding. There's no contract. I'm kidding.
We're here. No. We were just told to show up, and here we are.
It is super cool to be able to do it like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that just comes a little bit of that official stuff. So
I know.
Although we're still unofficial.
Yeah.
We still can say whatever we want.
I know. I made clear when they brought this idea up to us, I was like, but I like being able to say whatever I want. And they're like, you still can. I'm like, can we though?
Let's test that.
Yeah, we're going to test
what
that
we can
today.
get away with.
I wrote so many notes, and I want you guys to know that I actually organized my notes today. They're readable and in perfect little columns and sections. What I used to do.
when we didn't have people actually watching us
Yes,
do this.
I did notes, and she would always make fun of my notes. And I just brought a copy of what I used to do, like these chicken scratch.
Nothing, everything, and nothing at all.
I couldn't even read my own handwriting.
Except most.
Actually, this one's not as bad.
Almost all of them have a large, like, dang it, Hammett.
Well, this
written
one
across.
says,
there it is.
oh,
Dang it, Hammett.
But then I crossed it out because it was a penalty, but then they took it away. I don't know. You know how it is. But I usually always have dang it, Hammets, which is my favorite thing in the world. But you know what? I will say in the last 4 games, there's been a few dang it, Hammets. I'm not going to say there hasn't. But he is matured as a player.
Already? In a few weeks?
He has. Is that
what happened over Christmas
in
break?
our
Did they all
fight streak.
grow up?
Name a fight that Hammett's had in the last couple weeks.
Dang it, Cam.
Yeah, well, then I think, it goes to Cam. But Hammett has been scoring more goals.
Dude, he was awesome
and
last night. Yeah.
Assists.
At Stitz.
Well, thanks for clearing that up. I knew you were
I'm always here for you.
But he hasn't been fighting as much. And you know I love a Hammett fight. But I think I might like
Hammett fight.
Hammett goals better.
You know, I was just talking about that because I was thinking about kind of what you were saying as far as like the what happened after Christmas break and all that stuff.
Something happened.
And I think that the difference is not necessarily Christmas break. I think it's that the team is different from last year. I mean, we do have a lot of the same guys. Some of the teams turned over like 98% of the guys are different. Like they literally have 1 or 2 carryovers from last year. But we have quite a few guys left over from last year. But I think that, and I think this is the nature of especially being number 1 in the nation for so long, is that our big time scorers got snatched up by the league or by a college or by a whatever.
Well, they aged
and
out,
so now,
most of them.
Well, the Twins didn't though,
I know.
And so
Come
now
back for playoffs. Come back for
Come back
playoffs.
for
Just
playoffs.
that. I would promise we'll give them
lots
back
of
Canada.
guys do it. They come back just for the playoffs,
Yeah.
and then you can go back to doing whatever you want to do after.
I'm
that.
sure you're rocking up in Canada, Twins.
We
but
should follow up with them.
I follow them on social media,
Oh, you do?
and they
Okay.
seem like, I mean, obviously they're doing really well on the team they're playing for, but
Yeah.
just for playoffs, I mean, come on.
But I think with like them leaving and then Dylan aging out, and who was the other big scorer last year that aged out? It's too far away from my memory.
know.
Yeah,
I
you
know
know who I'm
there's a
talking about though.
few,
There's
yeah.
there was a couple of high scorers, and they either aged out or got pulled into another
All the
league or
years
something
are
else.
just lumping together because I keep thinking of Bloom, and I'm like, wait, that was the year before.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so last
Well,
year.
I mean, but that's a good example too. Is like, and so I feel like this team that we have in this year has a skills gap. Like we have, especially with Appleman on here now, we've got a good goalie setup, and we've got. I think we've got good.
we got a good defense.
Yeah, we've got good defense, but their defense doesn't score like they were scoring last year. So I think that's where the hitch
Defense
is.
doesn't score.
Yeah, but Dylan did all the time. I think that's where the hitch is that we had a
Chadwick
ton
does.
of guys that would score last year, whether they were defense or not. And this year we don't have as many like heavy scorers. Like we've got Finn and Chadwick and Cade and now Hammett. And we've got guys that are like stepping up to the plate, but we didn't start the season with that like we did last year. So that's my suspicion, is that we have a skills gap where we lost all our high scores because that's what
I think
what gets
that
drafted out.
Last year, of course, we had the Cunningham twins, and my goodness, they were just excellent. They were fun to watch. The fighting also was pretty great.
Oh, and quick note, sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. Braden and Camden, if you're watching this or listening to this or whatever, go to thecunninghamtwins.com. I made you a website.
My God. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so you totally rabbit trailed us.
Should I pull it up really quick and read it?
So this started because, everybody, when we would see the twins on the ice, we're like, oh, there's some heads are going to be rolling. And it just kind of went from there. And, I mean, come on, everybody knew that. They love to fight. People love to fight them. It's not something that we just came up with.
And then they scored a lot.
So then we started, looking at the Chuck Norris things. And all of these sayings that people have for Chuck Norris, we decided would fit for the Cunningham twins. And so my friend here, she...
In a past life, I was a web designer.
Yeah, she is a web designer. And so she just really quick bought a domain name and
Built a
started
website with
putting Camden and Braden's names
instead of Chuck Norris.
And some of
It's
them
brilliant if I
are
say so myself.
absolutely hilarious. My favorite
It's
oh
the
my
one down here.
gosh.
It's the CunninghamTwins.com.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, go back at that one.
This
Here's one. Did you know Camden had a role in Star Wars? He was the Force.
he was the Force.
Yes.
Braden has actually been dead for 10 years, but the Reaper is just too scared to tell him.
Anyways.
No, okay. Our favorite one though is Camden once went to a feminist rally. He returned with 3 ironed shirts and a sandwich.
Anyways, as you can tell, we have far too much. Well, I don't know. We don't have time.
We don't have time
I
on
don't
our
know
hands.
how we
I
even came
don't
up
know.
with this, but yeah, we don't have extra time. Our lives are very actually busy, but sometimes things happen. So
Yeah.
if you want, yes, they're pretty amazing. If you have any really funny ones to add, we're all ears.
I feel like this idea is going to get recycled though for future because now we have the Perea brothers.
Oh yeah, for
So-
sure. Yeah, they're not quite there. Trey
Yeah.
fights a little more, but
Well,
I mean
yeah.
the twins. The twins. It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah. Well, and Cade, this is still Cade's first year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we'll
they'll
see.
catch up.
You'll
They'll
catch up.
catch up.
So if you, yeah, this is what we do for fun. So I have no idea what I was talking
Sorry,
about.
I interrupted you. What were you saying?
That's a good question.
We were talking about scorers and
Oh, scorers. Yes, I remember that part. I just don't remember what I was gonna say. Scorers.
defense.
Okay, so we have the 2 really good scorers on our team, Finn and Cade. They're actually, in the top 20 in the nation, which I don't want to
Yeah,
talk
but we used
about.
to
We'll
have
talk
like
about that later.
6 of the top 10.
I know. So, and then we have defense, which Chadwick always comes up.
Oh,
Great,
yeah, big deal.
obviously.
Yeah.
And they're also the players that were here last year. So, they got a taste of the glory and they contributed to that glory. So, obviously, we know. Yeah.
They got
they're
the
good.
fire.
They're good. Now we have a whole bunch of newer guys coming in. And I don't necessarily think there's a skills gap. I still think they're trying to find their place. That's my take on it. Because you have these, or Trey, I'll add Trey into that. So you have Finn, you have Cade, and you have Trey. Okay? Yeah, great. And now Hammett. But how many people are on the team?
Yeah.
So I feel like once the people actually feel like their spot, and I know Damon's still switching them up because they've been pairing Hammett and Finn together a lot,
Dude,
and that is a
power
powerful
couple.
duo. Yeah, it's usually, I know when I always do my amazing notes, it's either Finn got the goal, Hammett assists.
Yeah. It was a Finn, Hammett, Finn.
Yeah, it's always back and forth.
Actually,
and
it wasn't
I
Finn.
think he's
Finn
got
was down
something.
there, but it was actually Becker. Sorry.
Well, that was that last
Becker, you
time,
got that
but it's happened quite a bit. Also, Berg, he's up and coming. He's been getting quite a few. So I hope that they can find that person.
Well, he started last night, too.
Yeah, I hope that they can find that person like a Hammett Finn that can help Becker be better.
Yeah. Berg or Becker?
Berg. Why?
Berg.
You
said
said
Becker.
Becker.
I said Becker. Yeah.
Berg. Becker, though. All right. We'll get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. You're making me jump ahead now.
Okay.
Okay. So
So, Sabres, really quick. We whooped them. Well, we didn't really whoop them. We were whooping them, and then they caught up. But we did win 5-4.
yeah, but it was a very stressful win.
It was a super stressful.
I don't
win.
like the stress.
Well, because we started strong, but then it was just like bang, 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 bang.
Yep.
They got a bunch of goals, and then it was like a 1-goal split or whatever it's called, 1-goal game. What do they call it? I don't know hockey lingo. What am I? A hockey podcaster?
In the first period, Hammett Berg got goals. Yay, Hammett Berg. And then they had one, which is Cordes. We did have Appelman in the net. I do believe Christmas break did everybody dirty, including us. It's hard to get back in the swing of things for sure after probably gaining 20 pounds and losing quite a few brain cells, right? And so Appelman still, star power. I have to
100%.
say, and I love it because his aura, everything this kid does just oozes confidence and cockiness and I don't know.
Okay, so
It's
and that's what wasn't
fascinating.
it that game where I noticed that he does like a transformer thing. So he'll sit there and he'll like put all his weight on one skate and just kind of stand there like nonchalant
Like
when
bored.
it's over there. And then the play will switch and they'll start coming this way and he'll like go, 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 go. and like assume his like goalie position. It's amazing. It's
You
just
brought
like
it
this,
up, he does.
Yeah, it's just like this instant switch, and then they start to go away, and he just like loosens up and he goes at ease,
Relaxes,
and he like
It's
sits
so
on his right
funny.
skate, and I'm like, that boy has a process,
Yeah,
dude.
it is.
He
completely
follows a
great.
process,
and he also is not scared to take risks. And I think coming from where we are, I mean, it's not the NHL, right?
Say that again.
It's still the NA3HL. And so I think a lot of people aren't comfortable enough to take those kind of risks. I think the last risk taker I remember is Bloom. Just for the pure amusement, I think. He would always just do something and then laugh at himself.
He was so naughty.
He was so naughty, but oh my gosh.
He made it fun to
It was
watch.
so fun. So I think Appelman is right up there. He's not afraid to take risks. And some of those risks, like, you know, because we sit right behind the goal. That's our favorite spot. And and sometimes we're like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, get back in there. Like, it's just like, stop.
He like skates halfway out to the
I
line.
know. I'm like, and then he tries to.
I'm like, you're not the forward, you're our goalie.
He's
You
like,
have one
I-
small little crescent to be in.
He's like, I am the ice. This is my domain.
We should make a applemanthegoalie.com and come up with some Chuck Norris
Oh, we
bits
totally
for him.
could. All right, this might take off.
Okay,
I don't know,
all
but
right.
it's so funny. Anyways, we made that last year.
We did.
And we forgot about it.
I completely
it was
forgot
a
about it like
whim.
last week.
Yeah, it was a whim.
It's
We're
the
like, we
funniest
should
thing
do,
ever.
and then we
I
did it,
hope-
and we laughed, and then we forgot
I
about it.
hope that like hockey recruiters and stuff Googled the Cunningham twins hockey and like came up with that website. I hope.
I
Man,
think it's
wish.
awesome. It's all in just, like, we
Yeah.
love
We
them,
love those dudes,
and they
man.
were so fun to watch, and
100%
so-
worth the $9 for the domain.
And just to say, there's no ill intention here. It was all for fun, and I hope that they would have found it funny too. I guess we'll find out.
Now you
I
know.
wouldn't want them mad at me.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't know. In the second, Eker, still can't get used to that. Eker and Berg again, and then Finn in the second. They all got goals, and then in the third,
And that was all 5 of our goals.
Yep, in the third we
But
got
then the
nothing
third,
else,
we got nothing, and
they got 3.
They got 3. That's when it went from 5-1 to 5-4.
Yeah.
And that's when like the panic started to set in.
Yep.
And it like everybody was like, "Holy crap!
Yeah.
Is this really gonna go to overtime? Is it really?" And then
It's
like,
the Sabres. I mean, how many times
the
did we
Sabres.
hear in the audience or the fan side, especially in Gen Pop where we sit,
Yeah.
they were like, "This is the Sabres," and I'm like, "I know."
Yeah.
Like,
Why is it this intense?
Why?
This should be an easy win.
It should not. So
So speaking of like having a skills gap this year with our guys and our
That's what you
high
said.
scorers, yeah. To kind of piggyback on that thought, I think too that the other teams are also getting better. And so, and that's what I was saying. That's what we said a lot last year is iron sharpens iron.
for sure,
That's why I really liked having Gillette being up there and like nipping at our heels the whole season because
made us,
we
yeah.
couldn't relax.
because we literally, I think us as a team have always done better under pressure.
Yeah.
I always call them
100%.
revenge
Maybe that's what it is.
goals.
Yes, the revenge goals are
Where the
so
minute they
sweet.
score, all of a sudden we're like, our turn, and then it's like,
Yeah,
boom.
you get
even
one, we get
though-
3.
I know, but it's like, even though we haven't scored in a whole period, next thing you know, like the first time they score, we're like instantly after.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, can we just not do this? Just score without them? That'd be great.
Yeah.
But
No, not every game can be a shutout, Leanna.
it should. Appelman, no pressure, bud. No pressure. But, you know, just what we kind of want from you.
Yeah.
We want your name on there instead of Ryder.
Which, speaking of pressure, I feel like it should be said that Appelman was goalie for that game.
He was, but it was right after Christmas
I think
break.
so, and I think what happened was something got into his head, and he's still fairly new to the team.
Yeah.
And so I think like you were talking about his aura, something shifted in the third.
Mid-game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe
it.
late in the second. Something shifted, and you could tell like that something was just off a bit, and then it was like bang, 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 goals, 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 and it started to show. And I think it really got into his head, which is absolutely forgivable, especially since we still won.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
it is a thing. Being a
happens.
goalie is not an easy task.
No,
it
for
takes
sure.
a lot.
And people are allowed to have
And
off days.
and
And if his off day is still us
It's
winning,
still beating the Sabres.
we'll take it.
We good, dude.
Yeah, we're good. So don't think that was some no.
Yeah. But I feel like
Appleman-
it's still worth saying because like it's interesting just kind of because we like to psychoanalyze all the goalies. You can tell when that happens, but you can also tell when he keeps his head and it's like he's in it for the whole game and he does the
Yeah.
you know, every
Oh,
time.
absolutely.
And it's like yeah, you can tell the shift. And I think that also says how important it is and why we talk about goalies a lot is because it is really important for a winning team to have top-notch goalies.
Yeah.
Which, do you think we could snipe Ryder at some point?
That's what I'm hoping. I keep thinking, I'm like,
He's
all right,
20.
All right, I know it's his last season, kind of like last year with Crooks. It's
Hey,
like,
Ryder,
okay,
you ain't going to playoffs with the Americans.
Well, he's going to go to the playoffs, but you ain't going to make it in the Fraser. I mean, come on.
yeah,
You're not.
that's true.
Sorry, you're too far behind us, and you're too far behind, well, not too far, but still, you're behind the Hawks.
Yeah.
And so you might make it to playoffs, but you're not going to the Cup.
You're not going to the Cup.
So come on over, dude. And we're not saying this because we like you.
No, we hate you, dude.
We love to hate you. And we kind of just hate you. I'm not really sure. I'm sure
Yeah.
he's a nice kid.
No, I'm sure he's not.
You don't think so?
I don't know. It's hard to tell because, like, Weatherford's a dick.
Well, we've seen that firsthand.
Yeah,
We have
I
never
know.
seen
That's
Ryder
what I'm
do
saying.
anything.
That's true. I kind of want to meet him.
No,
you
you
know,
don't.
we should do
He eats babies.
we should do a double interview Ryder Appleman.
Are you kidding me?
Let's put him in the same room together in
With
front of
boxing
the cameras.
gloves?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Let's do this.
Okay. Yeah. You know what did you ever watch that show back in the day where it was like celebrity
Celebrity deathmatch.
Yes! We could have like make little
We're gonna
dudes.
celebrity deathmatch with
Yes!
any 3HL goalies.
That's a thought. You hear that, Brad?
Yep, let's do it.
Wherever you may be. Celebrity
We're all
deathmatch,
by ourselves in here.
3HL goalie style.
Okay then, now we're finally ready for a clean, hard fight. Gentlemen, let's get it on!
There's the bell.
With put like little boxing
Opening.
ring. Oh my
Opening
gosh.
is-
Who would win?
Appleman.
True.
Shut up.
He'd get in his head. However, Ryder's like 4 inches taller.
Doesn't matter.
You could sit on him.
Yeah. Dude, the Bozeman goalie last night was teeny tiny.
Doesn't matter. We don't talk about him either.
Yeah.
Nothing good comes out of Bozeman.
Nothing.
Okay. Anyways, Friday. So back to Friday night.
Back to Friday nights. We're still like, we still have 3 more games to cover.
It's all right. We're good. We're good. Penalties for Friday night. There was actually only 2, and it was us.
Yeah, that was really weird because like nobody, like penalties were happening. Nobody was blowing any whistles.
Which gives us the refs. You know how much we love refs. And I would feel bad if he was a good ref.
Ugh, I know. No ref is good. Well,
Some are better than others. This person.
Connett's still the only ref that I actually like.
This person didn't call anything. So most of the time, like, we
Did he
yell
ever even blow his
I
whistle?
doubt. Well, I mean, those 2.
And he was a ref, not a linesman, right?
Yeah, he was the ref.
Yeah.
And interesting enough, on the game sheet, the other 2 refs weren't listed. So I have no idea who the 3rd ref was, typical. But they didn't call anything. And typically when this happens, the boys start getting mad. And then
Yeah.
they lose control of the
Right.
game. And then the refs
Yes.
in the 3rd decide, hey, we're going to do our job.
Oh,
but it's
suddenly they're going to
too-
clamp down.
It's too late.
It's too late. You already lost control.
Yeah, you lost control. And so...
And those boys are like wild animals out there, dude.
Oh, I know.
Like,
They get away with one thing. They're like, we're going to do it again. But maybe this time we'll do it harder.
right.
And so in the 2nd, Gruner, my captain, got in a fight. 3rd, Eager got in a fight. Not a fight. He just got his 2-minute for hooking. Not a big deal. But that game, there should have been numerous penalties.
Is that the one where Gruner got
on
ejected?
each side.
That fight? Yeah, Gruner got ejected for that
Yeah.
fight.
Well, obviously, it's a fight. They usually do. So,
No, not always. Sometimes they just go for roughing or fighting.
okay. Well, he got ejected.
It was awesome, Gruner.
Good job.
100%.
We like it when
We like when you come to the like defense of your men.
or that maybe they're just defensive
Or
themselves.
maybe you
I'm
were
not
just
sure.
mad and needed to punch somebody in the face.
That's fine.
And-
We're all for that.
Yep, 100%.
Like you're not the typical fighter, kind of like Finn that one night.
I don't know
He's
if
not
I've
the
ever seen.
typical
Have we ever
fighter.
really seen Gruner get
I
in a
don't
fight
think
before?
so. But we had never seen Finn either, and then all of a sudden
That's
he
true.
just came uncorked and just started beating down people. So
That's
that's always
those
fun.
boys with a long fuse, man.
Yeah.
Once that bomb explodes.
Yeah, it's over. So there should have been a lot more penalties. They didn't call any, and I'm not saying we deserved them too. Like, it wasn't just
Oh,
them.
sure. Of course.
When's the last time we only got 2 penalties in a game? Like, come on.
Never. We're always like top 3 in penalty minutes.
Oh, easy.
In the nation.
Oh, yeah, easy. Well, the other ones, they don't even fight. They're boring.
You're skewing our average by not giving us penalties.
I know.
Come on, you guys. That's like,
We have a reputation to protect.
yeah.
Gosh. That's why Gruner had to step up. He's like, all right, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Wash dish.
I'll take one for the team.
I'm gonna do it. So there was 41 shots on goal for us and 32 for them, which is still too many. Damon switching things up are the way we do things. Okay, so why are we doing really good up until Christmas and then something happened? I don't know what happened. Something's happening.
Showcase.
So, anyways, we don't talk about that.
Do we get the fear during the showcase?
But those are teams we don't even play.
Yeah, but we whooped everybody last year.
We
I mean,
talk
we
about
went in
last year.
expecting to win last year, and we won, and then we went in expecting to win this year, and we won 1/3.
Because I remember one of the announcers in one of the games was like, I'd really want to see how, because they were praising our defense, and they were like, I'm wondering how the coach has these guys practice. Because they're like, every time our guys would get the puck, there was like 4 Bighorns on them.
Yeah.
Like, and so, but I'm just not seeing that now. So maybe they're just trying something different. Or maybe these teams that know how we work are actually using it against us.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, it's almost like the other teams are getting better.
Whenever we talk about Gillette, we have reasons, and it does make us a little happy. But, so the end of Friday night's game, I looked at the Frontier games that were played. So Bozeman and the Wild. Bozeman won that game 6-3. Great Falls beat the Quake 9-3. However,
Shocker.
they still got 3.
Hey, man.
Obi, this dude named last name Murray on the Quake got a hattie, which is the only 3 goals they got.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not funny. Butte and the Hawks. So Butte got 3 goals and the Hawks got 12. Which isn't funny either. But in their defense, Butte had bus
love to
trouble.
see it.
On the way to Sheridan, their bus broke down, and so they had a
Excuses.
super late game. I
Didn't
think
they
it started
start
at like 9:30.
9:30, yeah.
So, it's still kind of funny.
It's still hilarious.
A little funny. Anyways, that's Friday night.
At Builders First Source, we're harnessing the power of innovation to transform the future of home building. With 14 facilities across Montana, Builders First Source is your one-stop shop for building materials. From lumber and windows to trusses and siding, whether you're building single-family homes or multifamily units, we've got you covered. Visit BLDR.com to learn more. Builders First Source, building Montana's future, one home at a time.
Let me turn my...
Okay. And then moving on to Saturday. So I was not there on Saturday. I missed,
Neither one of us.
Right, but you watched online. I didn't even get to watch it online.
Oh, yeah, you didn't.
Because I was,
Gone.
I was gone. So take it away. You know what to say. See, I told you I was going to rely on you to carry this whole conversation, and you're doing a great job.
Saturday night, we played the Sabres again, which I would like to add, I think the Sabres are 16th in the nation. So that kind of, no, I don't like it. We didn't even get a goal until 18 seconds left in the third.
Way to go, Finn.
Yay, Finn.
Slow clap.
Whew. I don't even know what to say. Like, thank you, Finn, but what? Mm-hmm. We went 3 full periods. Okay, not even that. So we didn't score on Friday night in the third at all. And then we went through the first and second. So that's 3 periods that the Bighorns did not score against the Sabres. What? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 16th in the nation, need I remind you.
Worth got, in the last few seconds of the second.
Yeah.
19-17. So,
I mean, granted.
43 seconds left in the second he
Yeah.
scored. And then 18 seconds left in the third.
I don't know.
Finn, unassisted.
Unassisted, just Finn
I would love to
himself.
call out a few apples there, but there ain't none.
There
It
is
just
none.
is a big old fat Finn face right there.
That's all we need. Here's the funny thing. Our shots on goal were 76 shots on goal on
What?
Saturday night versus their 40.
You're right.
Dude, of course I'm right. Always right.
We got 26 shots in the shootout.
Okay, so maybe we don't want Ryder, and maybe we need Rettler. No, I never saw any of his stat names.
Yeah,
He's
he
not
wasn't showing
anywhere.
up in all
You
that,
just had a
yeah.
good game, Rettler. So
He took all his meds that morning
70s.
and ate his Wheaties.
don't eat your Wheaties anymore. 76 shots on goal. So I mean that is typically more us
Yeah.
than we've been seeing. I mean that.
But their 40 shots, I mean, that does show a gap in the defense.
Yeah.
In our defense.
Yeah.
That they got that many shots on goal. Because usually it's like teens or 20s for someone like the
Yeah.
Sabres.
I did put the clips on our social media. Finn made a beautiful shot. It was beautiful. Trey, beautiful. He didn't even act like he was trying. He was like, beep.
That's how it's done,
No
boys.
big deal. We ended up making 2. They made 3. We don't want to talk about it. They still suck. Regardless, you got lucky. That was the very first game I can remember that the Bighorns got 0 penalties. Yeah, we lost. We still got a point for that game, but losing to the Sabres just...
It stung, not
it's,
going to
you know,
lie.
I mean, Great Falls, whatever, they have Ryder. But with these people, whatever. So nationally, 4 out of the top 5 top scorers are Frontier.
Yeah, but not Bighorns. They're Frontier.
I know. I'm gonna go
But
over
Frontier is always, like, dominated.
that. Top scoring. Well, here's what I don't understand. So number 1 in the nation for scoring is Sereno, and number 2 is
Sereno?
Leaf, and they're both on the Hawks.
Damn it.
So,
Who's
Sereno
Sereno?
has 67 points. Leaf has 59 points. And then you have 2 Butte players. Number 3rd in the nation is Weber with 57 points. And then number 5 in the nation is Brow or Bro. I still refuse to believe that his name is Bro.
Bruh.
Bro.
Bro.
I thought it was Brow, and I'm going to stick to it. He has 56 points. The only other is 4th in the nation is a guy on the Brahmas named Ferry, I don't know. Anyways,
We're so good at this.
Butte, if you have 2 of the top scorers in the nation, why do you suck? So my question is, these 2 teams, why aren't you in first? Remember last year, we had the top scorers, and we were also in first. It just kind of makes sense. Like, how can
Yeah.
you have the top scorers and be really bad in the league?
That's because they lost to us twice.
Who?
The Hawks.
No, I'm not even talking about the Hawks.
You were talking about Sereno and Leaf.
Oh,
That's
I'm
the
talking
Hawks.
about the Hawks. I was looking at Butte. Sorry.
That's okay.
So,
No. Well, yeah,
Brow-
they're not in first because we've beaten them. The 2 games that we've played so far, I pulled them up. We beat them 1-0. Way to go, Eaker.
I know.
And 4-3 in overtime.
Yeah.
So the reason they're not in first is because they keep losing to the first place team.
Yeah, well, deservedly so. Let's keep that going.
Amen to
But
that.
Butte? Like what? So
Yeah, that's
here's
true.
another
That's
thing.
true.
I'm thinking that, and I don't know this for sure, this is just an opinion. A lot of the players mid-season, they get they're good players called up.
Yeah.
Now, there's a difference between them getting called up, or sometimes they're just invited to play with these NAHL teams.
Yeah.
And if they are just invited to play for the weekend, then we know they're going to be back. But a lot of them are like called up, and so they leave, and then they come back.
Make like a leaf.
Make like a leaf. I don't know if he's leaving.
Oh no, that's wrong. It's make like a tree.
Make like a tree leaf.
And no, make like a tree and leaf.
I like it. I'm like,
Get it? Because Sereno and leaf.
yeah.
Yeah, and I actually didn't recognize the name when you said it out loud, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, Sereno. That's what
Yeah,
you're talking
makes
about.
sense. So, Brow or Bro?
Bruh.
It's Bruh. He supposedly left, and now he's back. Caden Ryder
Didn't like the
left,
culture?
come back. I don't know what
Whatever.
this is. Maybe they have a choice. They go play for a week. But to me, it's like, hey, you've been called up. They accept it. They go.
Yeah.
But why do they always come back?
They do often, don't
Yeah,
they?
but
I don't
this
know how that
dude-
works. Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how the drafting to the teams and like the transferring between the NA3, the NAH, and the NHL. I don't know how all that works.
Yeah, I have no
I
idea
have no
either.
idea.
But they
I have
always
no
come
line
back.
in there.
They come back, which I'm like not even sure why the league allows them to be called up mid-season, especially if there's a chance for playoffs. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if Butte is going. I don't think Butte's going to make it. Let's just be honest. But
Probably
you know,
not.
taking their lead person like we did last year. It didn't help any. They bombed out. No one even.
Well, it didn't help
who's
them.
Butte? Yeah, who's Butte? It helped us, but they just fell off the map. Like,
Well, and that's probably part of the conversation when we took Crooks and Strike in the first place.
yeah, well, that's their last
because
year.
they were
We're not
20s,
going. We're going.
We sniping all them 20 bombs.
Yeah.
There's
That ma-
22 dudes on each team.
That's extreme. 803 NA3HL players. That's a lot.
That is. But that's across the whole nation. So if
Yeah.
you think about it, that's actually not that big of a league.
No, it's not that big of a league, but we have Cade is 11, or no, Cade is number 30, and Finn is 33.
You guys can do better.
So Saturday night in the Frontier, Bozeman in the Wild. So Friday night, Bozeman got 6, Wild got 3, and Saturday night, Bozeman got 3 and Wild got 6.
Well,
So they
that's a wash.
Yeah, that's a complete swap. Great Falls and Quake. Great Falls got 3 and Quake got 2.
Way to go, Quake. You
If
getting
the
there.
Quake can almost beat them.
Because the Quake, the Great Falls is not kryptonite to the Quake.
I don't know why there are kryptonite.
They are our kryptonite. There's a difference.
I hate it. And then other than the Hawks and Butte, you know, the whole 3 goals versus 12, Butte came back on Saturday night and beat the Hawks 7-5.
So we're done with the Sabres games.
Yeah, finally.
God,
Jeez, I know.
jeez. Ugh.
We said we were going to talk about those much. Sorry.
Yeah, we said we weren't going to talk about them at all because we lost one of them, but
Yeah, we don't talk about that. We're done talking about that. Never talk about it again.
never.
So
Again.
then this last Friday night, the 10th, we played Great Falls in Great Falls. And I have some things to say. Not popular.
Do you?
Yeah, shocking. I know. So it's
Well,
not
lucky for you, we have
popular.
cameras and a microphone for
I
you
know.
to say whatever
So now
you
I'm
please.
Our boys came out
Came out of what?
onto the ice. I don't know where they were before that, and then they just came out on the ice wearing these baby blue jerseys.
Okay,
Nope.
we have opposing takes on this, so go ahead.
My
Speak
take
your piece.
is no one wants to see. Okay, no one meaning me, and I'm sure that I had people agree.
Well, and other people in, like, the
loved
Facebook
the
groups.
jerseys.
No, you
The
didn't.
jerseys were great. The design, the color, too feminine. It was too weak.
They're like sky blue.
They're pastel baby
They're
blue.
sky blue.
Baby blue.
Because the sky is the limit when you're a bighorn. I'm just making that up. It doesn't actually mean
Did
anything.
the Spartans wear baby blue and baby?
No, the Spartans were half naked.
we got something there.
Yeah. They wore
No.
their flesh
Dude, yeah, no.
and the flesh of their enemies.
Power. If you want to show power, you think of red, like, or
Royal
dark blue,
blue.
or
Royal, yeah.
black, or
That's the blue one over there. Yeah. Blue.
blue.
Blue. Yeah.
Powerful. I can't get behind it. I just looked weak
I like
to me.
it. I liked the jerseys. I saw them and I was like, hey, that's cool. And I liked it had like the big horns down like this, like the super retro
I said I
style.
liked. I
yeah, you do like
liked
the design.
that. The color's got to go.
I like the color too. I
No.
mean, I feel like it wouldn't because the color fits that like vintage look. The color is part of the design, like, and that color. I mean, pink used to be a very masculine color.
Used to be. Let's keep it there. Same with baby blue.
Fair point.
Like, come
Fair
on.
point. But
Look at the Bighorns. They're coming out first
I stand by-
place in
I-
their baby blue jersey.
I stand by the sleeper theory. The jerseys are meant to make them look less menacing, but
That's
then they
not what
come
we
out of
want.
the box like this.
That's not what we want. Is it?
Sleeper, yeah.
It might just be my opinion.
It's like putting a
I
it's like
think
putting
it's
a,
feminine
a
and it looks-
nitro boosted 454 in a rust bucket.
Nerd.
Nobody's gonna try to race it. Or they're gonna try to race it with the only time that somebody would try to race
It's
a
apples
rust
and oranges.
bucket is no, it's not.
Rust can
Is-
sometimes make things look awesome.
No, not rust buckets. No. The only reason somebody would try to race that is to prove that they were better. But then you've got
no.
that 454, you flip that little nitro switch and blow them out of the water. That's what our jerseys do. They come out and they're like, who are those nerds in the baby blue jerseys?
We don't want people to
And then we come out like, yeah, say it again in my face, bitch.
I mean, okay, legit point.
Perfectly welcome to be
went
wrong.
into
This
the
is America.
feminist rally, brought his baby blue shirts that were ironed, and they made him a sandwich.
They ironed his baby blue shirts.
Dude, like, no! No! The Bighorns are not baby blue pastels. We are not pastel-wearing people.
That's kind of what makes it good, though, is because then you show up in a pastel jersey and they're like, what the heck are they doing to these nerds? And then we're still the Bighorns, just wearing a different color.
I don't like it. I'm sorry, not like my opinion necessarily matters, but I have to say, yeah, no. Mm-mm.
So let's talk about the actual game.
Oh, sorry, that came out. You know what? Great Falls has a mascot. Oh, see, this is probably bad too, but it cracks me up.
You know what his name is?
What?
Baldy.
Baldy?
Makes me think of, like, have you seen that, there's a, what's it called? A satire book. It's a woman holding a baby and it says, give Baldy the tit. It's a play on like what to expect when you're expecting or whatever.
That's hilarious. Though.
It went viral on the internet a few years ago, but it is. Anyways, every time they say Baldy, and I'm just like, give Baldy
that
the
actually
tit.
is legit. That's legit. What was that one book that I sent you? That baby's book about that chick with the beaver. Remember that Australian guy?
That's the Australian guy reading Betty's beaver needs a shave.
If you ever.
We need to put that on our Instagram.
If you ever need a laugh, they have these these
so
children's
funny.
books, but they're obviously adult, and they are so funny. And then
And
you
this
have this Australian guy read
like
them.
super hot Australian guy with a thick accent,
Oh,
and he's
super thick.
laughing at himself the whole time.
Yeah,
It makes it
because
way
it's-
better. Gold. Yeah. So if you're having a bad day, we need to put that on our
Yeah, if you
Instagram.
want.
Brainless beaver needs a barber.
Anyway, okay.
Betty's beaver.
Betty, yeah, something. I don't even remember what it was, but they're pretty funny. But they have the Baldy, the mascot. Have you ever seen Ace Ventura?
Baldy.
Did you see Ace Ventura with Jim Carrey? Okay, I
Yeah.
love Jim Carrey. Okay, at the very end where he beats up that mascot for the Dolphins, and then the bird mascot's there.
Oh.
And it's like, lover of all animals, and then it shows Ace Ventura just beating the crap out of this mascot. That mascot looks like Baldy.
We need Jim Carrey to come on the scene
and
and beat
start
the shit
beating
out of Baldy.
Please do. It's a thing though. We gotta.
Please don't take that out. Please do not clip that out of context.
I actually
I'm
wasn't
sorry.
there for the first
Oh
time
my
in
God.
my life, but
I
you
got
were.
there first. I know.
Okay. All right. The 10th Friday night, we
Friday.
played Great Falls.
Which we both watched.
All TV actually did good for the last couple games.
Yeah, they must be ironing out something in their
Something,
system, or
yeah.
like doubling their bandwidth.
Yeah. Whatever.
Maybe they got Starlink.
We have a better idea. How about they just, drop
Sell the rights to
all-
Steed TV.
Yeah, Steed TV needs to be able to stream their own team
We have an
because
amazing media crew and
Yeah.
really good equipment.
yeah, and we have a lot of people and a lot of fans that would like to watch, and we don't want to crash your guys' system all the time, so we'll just take that over for you.
We'll do you the favor.
We're gonna do you the
NAHL
favor.
TV.
Yeah. Once again, in the first, we didn't score. Neither did they, though, so that makes me feel better.
Only marginally.
In the second, Eker and Finn got a goal. And in the second,
fat Finn goal.
Lang and Hapka and Kennedy got a goal. So they got 3, we got 2 in the second. Let's bring up Hapka. I was like, Hapka. Why does that sound familiar? Oh, he must be a Great Falls guy. Oh,
Yeah, same.
that's easy. And then,
Because I recognize his name too, and I was like, "Oh, here's Hapka again."
yeah.
But then
you
you found
I
out.
was like, Hapka. Why does that sound familiar? I don't think it's Great Falls. And I looked, and he was on Gillette.
he's a wild.
He just recently.
He's a
switched.
wild in sheep's clothing.
Yeah. I was like, why am I getting angry feelings when I see Hapka?
Your
Not because of
subconscious
Great
knew.
Fall. I
Your
know.
subconscious
It
knew from the start.
And so I looked and I was like, he just recently came to Great Falls. Because, sorry,
Really?
Gillette sucks. Because obviously, Gillette's not going to the playoffs.
Obviously.
Obviously.
It's such a shame.
I know, I'm so sad.
No, not.
He's switched.
Turncoat.
Ryder. People do it.
Yeah, people do it all the time. They go to better teams. I'm
Not
just
saying
saying.
much. In the third, Cade.
You'd look great in baby blue, Ryder.
Oh my God. He might pull it off. Well, because he's like 6'4", like, so.
Yeah, he's got a baby eating face, though. Talk about a sleeper in a baby blue jersey. He's like a serial killer.
But you watch interviews and stuff with him, he looks nice-ish. And then he takes a picture, he's like,
Yeah.
whoa. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a really scary picture.
Dude, he had to do it on purpose. I don't know.
I had to
They're
cover
like, smile for the camera.
I had to cover all the mirrors in my house that night because I was...
Because if you go in the bathroom and say Ryder 3 times, bloody Ryder.
Yeah, bloody Ryder, bloody... I'm not going to finish that.
Don't finish it.
I ain't calling that demon up.
So scary. Okay, let me finish.
So much trouble.
In the third, Cade got a goal and Hammett. And in third, Orwig got a breakaway goal. And our goalies for that was Malik was in for 33 minutes and Miller was in for 24 minutes. And of course, Ryder was in the whole gosh dang time. But we broke the Ryder fear. We have beat, ever since we lost those couple of games and he was our kryptonite, we have now.
He got a shutout against us,
we
which is
actually
unheard of.
Have been getting goals against him. So we went into
Good.
overtime that game.
He's not that scary.
Oh, really? As we're just talking about not being able to sleep at
I'm
night?
just trying to like
Convince
positive
yourself?
affirmations counteract the hex.
He's not scary. Let's go face our fear then. Next time he's
No,
here.
I'm good. I don't actually want to meet the guy. I just want him to be our goalie.
Dude, I think it was...
I want him to stay on the inside of the glass.
Yeah, right.
Where I'm on
other
the
side.
outside,
Yeah.
and I get to watch
Yeah.
him like
Yeah.
he's an animal in a zoo.
Just throw bread at him or something.
Yeah.
Dude.
Put a quarter in the like pellet machine and get goalie pellets.
You hungry?
They're like little, just shaped like miniature pucks.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. But we broke the fear because we've been actually scoring against him. Or maybe he got the fear that we had. I don't know what it was. But in overtime, Becker came through and got us that 5-4 win.
Way to go, Becker,
Yes.
with a Chadwick apple.
It
Or
was a
assist.
Chadwick apple? Mm-hmm. Good job, Becker. Good job. Good job, boys.
Hey, maybe that's a power couple right there. Becker, Chadwick?
maybe.
Could be. I feel like I've seen that before.
Have you?
Not as much as like Finn Hammett.
Yeah.
Although we don't have a Finn Hammett in this game.
No.
We have a Finn McGillany
Young.
and Young.
Yeah. And then...
But Young will forever be on the
who
fight
was the
string.
Hammett? Who was the Hammett assist? Eaker?
Eager.
I could see that one.
Yeah.
There were... we came back and we were like, we're tired of not being naughty. We don't feel like ourselves. So there was 9 penalties on Friday night against Great Falls. We had 5 of them. They had 4. Hirschberger and Cam Young got a roughing. Hammett got a head contact, but it was only 2 minutes. So good, Hammett. You can go rough people up. Just make sure it's a 2-minute.
Yeah.
Other than that, blah, blah, blah.
Because then you get to come back and rough them up again.
Yeah, you get more chances. You don't get ejected because then
Yeah.
you can come back and then keep doing it and get yourself a fat trick. We like those.
Fat trick.
The refs for that game were Warner, Misiak. Mikiak.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Miciak.
Misiak.
So
What are you doing?
I
Rubbing
think
your
it's-
mustache.
yeah.
I think.
I was
Got a twirl.
I was cleaning off my lemonade mustache.
Oh, I need one of those.
Miciak. I think it's my kayak.
Shut up. Makayak?
Makayak.
Sounds Amish.
Kind of does. Makayak.
Makayak. Makayak. Get over here, Makayak.
Makayak. Ezekiel Makayak. Yeah. No. No, I was having fun thinking of how to pronounce his name because I know we're gonna butcher it. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, it ain't whatever we're saying.
Maybe it's Misiak.
Maybe it's Miciak.
Misiak.
He's kind of little,
Makayak.
like a mouse.
And then Spresser was the chick.
It was
Somebody
Schrodinger
says
last
notes. I have notes. So Friday, yeah, we won Great Falls, yay. I have a whole list of ref complaints. Oh, gosh. Even though
Spill
we
the tea.
had, I know. So even though we had 9 penalties, there should have been like triple that. There should have been
sure.
all close to 30. It was super weird. In the first, we got a goal waved off. I don't quite get it because the announcer was like,
Yeah.
I mean, we had so many guys surrounding Ryder, and he was like on the ground, like flopping around, just doesn't know where the puck is, so he's just gonna break dance and hope it works. That's what was happening. And then we made it, And they're like, no goal. And I still have no idea why they called no goal. But the announcer was like, oh, I'm glad they didn't give him that goal because, Ryder, that was really hard on Ryder, and he had to work for that. And I'm like,
Ryder
that's no
can
excuse.
handle
yeah,
it.
he can. Maybe his pride
He
can.
eats babies for snacks. Like,
for sure.
he can handle an
it.
awkward goal save.
Yeah, but
or whatever. Not
he didn't
save.
save it.
Not save.
And it hurt him feelings. Or something. I don't know what it was. But I was like, I still don't know why they called that off. Lindsay came out in the first and punched a dude. No penalty.
Sweet.
And it was a flat out like punch.
Sucker punch?
Yep.
Good. That's
then
done.
We had, and then later on in the game they had, but this time we were chasing somebody and they were going toward, or no, first time was at Ryder's goal. So we had the puck. Their guy was chasing us. Somehow there was a trip, a hook, or fight, or whatever, and then we went woo, and then crashed into Ryder and the goal, and the whole goal went like the whole post went flying off.
I saw that.
And they were like goalie interference. Ryder was just like sitting there daydreaming about.
Dude,
don't know what
twice
he did.
last night they put dudes in our net and there was no goalie interference on them.
No, they didn't call the goalie interference, but the announcer and people in the stands were like goalie interference, dude. Ryder. I don't like saying anything nice about Ryder. He was just standing there dwiddling his thumbs.
He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't like go out and start going Sparta
Go
on
gadget
these
goalie.
guys. I know he's like
Yeah.
with his stick. Like, no, he didn't do anything. For the first time in your life, you didn't do anything, Ryder. And there were like people. So the actual there was no penalty, or there was a penalty maybe for hooking. I don't know.
Weird.
But people were chanting goalie interference. I'm like, what did he do? I mean, I would have loved for him to actually do something.
But no, that's not a penalty on the goalie.
No, but
That's
goalie
a penalty on the player who slammed into the goalie.
But they didn't call that. They
Right.
got somebody for hooking. I think our guy and their guy went into the box for that.
I don't
But
know.
I think it was hooking. I don't know, but he got laid out.
Which period was that in?
First.
Driscoll,
well,
they got one for hooking.
Yeah, that
in
might
the first
have
3
been it.
minutes.
Yeah, that might have been it. But Ryder,
But we didn't get anything.
he got taken out. And then to me, I'm like, why isn't that a penalty shot? I don't understand when they decide to do a penalty shot, because there's been so many just the last 2 games where it was either a breakaway, like our guy had a shot on the goal, and then they did something to make it not happen. And I'm like, why wasn't that a penalty shot? And then the times that they do call a penalty shot, which is super rare, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
So that should have been one.
I think that the stipulation for that is that the refs need to know what they're doing.
Dash to kicker. Just say, they don't know nothing.
saying.
And then, oh, this is funny. Great Falls player literally football tackled one of our guys. Literally. Like jumped on him.
Oh, did he get charging?
No, while our guy had the puck.
What?
No less. No call.
Interference?
Nope.
Charging?
No call.
Roughing?
Nope. No call. Like literally, like football tackle. Like,
Whose payroll are you on, refs?
oh, in the second, Feinstein crashed into the goalie and there was no call. And then the third, I was like making notes about when refs get laid out, and that's always so fun.
They
They
deserve
do.
it.
Flat out. When they get taken out, I'm like, hee. Anyways, my pages, my nice orderly pages are now gone because I didn't have a chance to fix
Yeah.
my
Our
other notes.
Our coverage of last night's games is going to be a little more chaotic.
So we're going from
I was
nice
there
to this.
Yeah, I was there, but you were not.
I was not. I have been going through a family.
Although it was super stressful because I
thing.
was just waiting. Well, yeah.
So
So
this is
Friday.
Bozeman.
Well, Friday night also went to overtime. I feel like that should be said. Is that we had 2 out of the last 3 games, 2 of them have gone to overtime.
I don't like
So
it.
we've lost 2 points between them, essentially. Because we lost 1 overtime, so we got the loser's point, and then we won the overtime from Friday night.
Yeah.
And we got the winner's point.
So I don't mind getting points for.
Well, but then
even
going
losing.
in right, but
But
then
that
going
means-
into Saturday,
but
like
that
it
means
was
they got a
super
point too, and that's what
charged.
makes me
well,
mad.
yeah.
But
the
however-
the fans were like super on edge last night, and
Oh,
it
I
was
bet.
a sold out stadium. So
Which is a lot because I
was a
had
lot of
during the
nervous energy
Sabres
happening.
game, the attendance on some of the info that we get on the computer. It said that the Saturday Night Sabres game in which we lost was 1,750 people were here, and it wasn't even sold out. So the Bozeman game was actually sold out, which I think is 1,900 something.
Yeah, 9.
Man, if it's already, if we're almost selling out during the Sabres, dude, playoffs is going to be nuts.
It's going to be wild. Get your season tickets.
It's going to be wild without the wild.
Sick bird. That's a good one. Ow, your ring hurt me.
Maybe you hurt my ring. Bozeman, we never want anything to happen in Bozeman that's good, or to Bozeman that's good.
The Bozos.
The Bozos. However, their cheerleaders are good this year, which I'm happy for them.
Their cheerleaders are good this year.
Good for you.
Cheerleaders on
Maybe
ice.
you should bring them next time.
You might need them.
You might need them for some pick-me-up.
Little moral support.
Yeah.
Although our shots on goal last night,
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
they beat us by 1 shot on goal,
don't talk
37
about
to
it.
36.
We were whomping them in the first. And then the second, we, like, I don't know, had
Yeah,
an
what happened?
existential crisis because we were like, oh, yeah, in the first, we're like, we're playing hockey like the team that we know and love. It's like, oh, my gosh, they woke up and they're doing
Yeah,
it.
they were
And then in the
playing
second,
hard,
they're
dude.
like,
They
we forgot.
started like one guy tripped and then another guy missed a pass and then it just kind of like started to snowball downhill from
It
there.
did. No, let's not even talk about shootouts. I'm like this. Even at home, watching it on TV, I'm like this. I can't even, I have to watch it through my hands, and it's awful, and I hate it.
Yeah. So first period did actually go. We came out really strong, and then second period, Finn Eaker Chadwick got a goal.
Well, yeah, obviously.
So that tied it up because they did score in the first period. Bozeman did. So then it was a tied game for all of. Or no, they were leading for the first and almost all of the second, and then we tied it up at the very end of the second, which made for a nerve-wracking third because we're all thinking like, are we going to have another overtime?
Not even
Another overtime?
That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking we can't lose.
We can't lose. No,
Not
we
to
can't
Bozeman.
lose to Bozeman.
No, not at all.
So there was like 5 really panicky minutes there.
Oh, 5?
Well, yeah, because then Cade scored, and then it was 2-1.
No, I don't care. Even 2-1 is not like
2-1 with 15 minutes left in the game is
we
still
are the
nerve-wracking, but
Bighorns.
it's still
it
better.
It should be 4-0 at the end of the
true.
first.
That's true. And we did take bets on what the final score was going to be.
I said 5-3.
You said 5-3. I said 4-3.
Because I'm like, well,
Which, to be fair, it should have been 3-1. Which, okay, so we'll get to that here in just a second. But first, let's talk about Cam's fight.
that was at the very end.
I know, because nothing else happened between then and there.
I got stuff.
Oh, what do you have?
Stickleberg. So no, I got. I just like that name.
Stickleberg?
Stickleberg.
You sound like a parrot. You say it like that.
Like the
Stickleberg?
Baldy.
Baldy, what a cracker?
Baldy needs somebody to come and punch him down.
Yeah, that's not the Bozeman.
I do have
They
NAHL.
don't- Does Bozeman even have? Yeah, yeah, they do.
They have that
do.
creature.
It's a
Bozeman.
dog.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be like a
dogs.
wolf.
It's a wolf. You got
a
that?
wolf.
Not a wolf. Anything but a wolf.
Woof, woof.
Yeah, but it doesn't really look like a dog. It almost looks like a. What are those like?
Furries?
I
mean-
kind of. No. Yeah, I don't know. No, it looks like one of those anime creatures. I don't know. My family watches way too much anime.
Bozos are weebs.
Yeah, for sure. Null TV sucks. So last night, after I said something nice about them, last night the game kept going. I mean, they started doing what they normally do, and they started, airing out nonstop. We had Miller in. They had DeVincent. I'm just happy it wasn't Weatherford. Reich tripping Trey. Trey got a charging charge. Hammett got a cross-checking charge. Ray got a holding charge.
Can I say that there was at least 3 separate times when Bozos charged us and they were never called on it. It was a straight up, and one guy went from practically the middle of the rink, and I counted 5 full sprint strides, and then he, boom, slammed into our dude, didn't even make a move on the puck. No call. You good? You good, dude?
You're all over there. You're like 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
yeah.
Here's 5.
Yeah.
There's 5.
Ref, I have a question. Yeah, no, but there was like straight up charging happening towards us, and yet where's the
We
charging?
have a lot of penalties.
Trey got charging, and he got it not even like during it's at 20 minutes. Exactly.
Oh, no, that was at the end of the game when
of the
Michelini and Trey, or not Trey, yeah, Trey, they were getting in there with Massopust or whatever his name is. I think his name is Masso, or is it True Fart? I don't know. It was one of them.
I'm just going to leave that one. You guys can use your imagination.
Massopust.
Massopust nickname is.
Masopust? Masopust. Massopust.
Massopussy.
Yeah, or that. And then True Fart, which is True Font.
True Fart got ejected.
Well, he deserved it,
Yeah, he
but
did.
I don't know. I think that's when he got
Not
the
after Cam
charging.
got some excellent uppercuts on that dude.
Yeah, I know. I posted it. I posted
You did,
the
yeah.
little
It's the
shot.
clip of Cam and True Fart's fight is on our Instagram.
Yeah. Miller was killing it, dude.
He was on it. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Why do I have a noose? Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember. I don't see. This is when I have.
So the third is when all the exciting stuff happened, because that's when Cam and True Fart got in their fight and got ejected.
Yeah.
And we scored 2 more goals.
Yeah.
In the third.
Thank God.
And
Yeah.
then, okay, so I was sitting there. I was going to take a drink of water, but I got a story to tell you guys. It's more important than hydrating. Thanks to First Builder's Source for our branded water bottles, dudes.
I'm like looking at the one I think is shut off.
That one is off. You got to
I'm
look
all-
at this one. We absolutely know what we're doing.
I'm just here.
Okay, can I go to the very end of the game, though? That very last
You
goal?
always
Okay,
do.
I do. Oh, we were not on a power play at the very end of the game, but they pulled their goalie.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as the Bighorns do, the puck, we escaped their, whatever the defense or whoever it is that lines up on the line to keep the puck on our side of it, because they had 6 guys on the ice. So the puck gets past them and comes all the way, I don't remember who exactly was skating past it, but it comes all the way down. And the guys are right on top of the puck. I was sitting twice as far away from them as I am from you right now. I was right there. They were right on top of the puck. And the ref comes up and he goes, beep, icing. With like 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
10 seconds. And I'm like, what the actual F are you doing, ref? He was literally like touching. I mean, if it was an icing, it was a matter of centimeters. And you can't tell that. They're moving so fast.
Yeah.
Like, he should have never blown his whistle. So then they reset, face off on the Bighorn side. They still have 6 guys on the ice. And bam, they make a goal.
Yeah.
What?
Not your fault, Miller. That's
Not
a
your
ref
fault, Miller.
problem.
That was a idiotic ref call. That icing should have never been called. And I was standing right there, and I was saying that, and the people around me were agreeing with me.
Young and True Fart got in a big fight.
Yeah, and shortly before, that terrible icing call, Young and True Fart got in a huge fight. And, okay, so you can't really see it. You sent me the clip. You can't really see the clip. But when True Fart has Young, so the camera's, like, up over there, and Young is in True Fart's, like, headlock, kind of. He looks like he's choking him out. But what I could see, because I was looking at it from your perspective, looking at me right now.
I'm
Young.
looking.
I'm acting the whole thing.
I know.
Young,
Stand up.
like, watch True Fart's head, because you can see it. Young just, like, up and just, like, uppercut.
Yeah.
True Fart.
You
right
can
in
see
the
his
chin.
head like
Twice.
move, but
His head twitches back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Good,
it
True
was
Fart.
wicked. There were some really good punches
Good
in there.
job.
We've got a tangle going here. Cam Young and True Fox. True Fox goes down. They're still throwing blows. Young lands a couple. True Fox got Young in a headlock, and now the officials step in to break it up.
Because
And also, way to take it on the chin like a man, True Fart, because Hansen couldn't take anything. He was a crybaby all night.
Yeah. Soccer flopper.
Mm-hmm.
I usually don't. I only play clips when we're like of our fights when we like win the fights. Very rarely
Cam
do we
totally
ever
won that
not.
fight. Cam totally won that fight
I
because
know.
he had to let go because he got clocked so hard in the chin.
Yeah. Well.
You just can't see it on camera.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. So I was like, well, but we all know Cam can fight. I mean, he does it enough.
Cam's our captain of the fight string.
I know Hammett kind of retired, but he kind of turned into our shooter. So whatever. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's the 4 games. The final score was what?
3-2.
3-2, and
So I won our bet because I said 4-3 and I was closest.
yeah, whatever.
I just want to announce that publicly.
Yeah, you usually are pretty good at it. I always suck at it.
Yeah, thanks again to Speakeasy 41 and
Yes.
Builder's First Source.
She's saying it because I cannot.
They are all tongue twisting over here over Builder's First Source. I think it's perfectly easy and simple to say.
Today's episode.
Say it.
Okay, here we
Builder's
go.
First Source.
Today's episode of the Unofficial Bighorns Podcast is presented by Builder's First Source.
You make that look so awkward.
I'm not awkward. What do you mean? Anyways, go back to white, black, and blue, navy, blue. Show our power.
Keep the baby blue. I like the sleeper strategy. It's good. It's a killer
Sleeper
strategy.
Yeah, this is what it reminds
Sleeper.
me of, like a baby with the
Yeah,
sleeper.
but then we don't come out sleeping. We come out fighting. So it like works. Element of surprise and all that stuff.
And then I thought that they were just special jerseys, but then I kind of heard through the grapevine that there actually are new away
There are
jerseys.
away jerseys, yeah.
That's all good. Don't you think?
I think it's great. I like them.
Maybe they'll grow on me.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up.
Okay. How do we close it?
Well, thanks for watching our first
is
ever
watching.
TV.
It
Yeah,
is
if you're
watching.
watching, thanks for watching. If you're listening, thanks for listening. And we'll be back in 2 weeks. Go Horns.